Grahan was the last thing I shot. Like we
Mhm.
finished in December of last year. Actually, this one full-on masala film that I was doing with Pavanji only. And I would never personally be a part of anything that is offensive to any community. I would also like to work with like new people. Like I would love to work with first-time directors and makers, because there is a whole other energy and a whole other, it's new enthusiasm.
She stole our hearts with a powerful performance in the 2017 release Mukkabaz. And now she's at it again with her latest show Grahan that is creating all the right buzz across the country. So Zoya, first of all, welcome to Spotboy. And like Grahan, it has been received very well. Like there was not very much promotion before the show or like very much intrigue around the show. But when it came out, like people kind of loved the story, how seamlessly it connected past and the present. So how has been the response that you have received for the show till?
The response has been really overwhelming, and it feels nice, because it's such a solemn time in the world in general,
Yeah.
and especially in the country. It's
Mm.
bittersweet when something good is happening in your life, because of course you feel happy, but you can't help but be affected by everything else that's happening around. So which is also, I guess, why the makers also wanted to be just sensitive to what's happening around us right now. Because it's not nice to just go all out doing promotions and
Mm.
being like, "Yay, watch my thing," when it is a difficult time, like in the history of humanity, you know. So, but of course, people have been really kind, and it's been really overwhelming how many people have written to me, written to everybody, the
Mm.
other actors, the director, the showrunner, how many just people have seen it and liked it and reached out to us. It's really, really very sweet of them.
Yeah. So, like you play an IPS officer in the show, and usually हमारे बॉलीवुड में जो iconic police officers होते हैं, they are shown as that rogue kind of people who like to take the law in their own hands at time to time. But you play a very subtle, very in control kind of a police officer who knows, who has her morals in the right place as well. So, how was that experience for you?
It was, my main endeavor was that she should seem like a real person. It shouldn't be a caricature of what we think of
Mm.
female police officers
Mm.
like.
Mm.
And I think that, of course, I'm a feminist and I believe in
Mm.
equality and all of that. But I believe for something to become normal, we should be normal about it.
Yeah,
If you keep underlining things, then everyone gets a bit irritated. So
yeah,
I think that, and of course, when you just show people do connect with it, because I
yeah.
think on a very basic level, without having labels or anything attached, everyone believes in equality. Everyone believes in that women are equal, and women you can see women doing these things, and I think this
Mm.
show is a testament to that. There's no like you know so all I wanted to do is I just wanted her to seem like a real person. A lot of my
Mm.
references were other women. I mean, women that are actual IPS officers and in
Mm.
the services. Because I mean, to get that far and to hold that position in a such a male-dominated world is like
Yeah,
tough business.
yeah,
And yet, when I saw a lot of the interviews, they were so charming and charismatic and beautiful and also strong. And I was like, whoa, you guys like really have it going on. And it was very inspiring, truly. And I
yeah,
saw a lot of the interviews, a lot of the at a lot of conclaves and all that,
yeah,
because of the pandemic, I couldn't personally meet anybody.
mm,
Otherwise, I mean, that would have been
yeah,
amazing for me.
yeah,
So I just wanted that, okay, she is an officer
mm,
and we must honor the uniform and we must be
mm,
mindful of not seeming
mm,
frivolous while, being
yeah,
on duty or anything like that. But she's also a daughter, she's also a girlfriend, she's also a bit
yeah,
confused, she's also a bit lost in life.
yeah,
She's also now just, turned 30 and doesn't know what
mm,
decisions to make.
yeah,
Um, so I also wanted those elements to come out because you're with her for so long, it's 8 episodes. So
yeah,
it was important for me that the viewers
mm,
connect with her as a person and then
mm,
are
true,
rooting for her.
yeah, yeah. And like what you said, like this kind of helped you prepare for the mental aspect of their character, but like the physical aspect when it comes to it, like they need to have the uniformed officer need to have a certain body language. they need to be very stoic all the time, have that kind of persona emitting out. So, how was that prep for you? What all had you training you had to undergo?
So we had an amazing workshop coordinator, Pooja Sarup. She has a wonderful company, Patchwork Ensemble here in
Hmm.
Bombay, and she's
Yeah.
amazing. She's a fantastic actor herself.
Hmm.
So she, Ranjan, and I
Hmm.
focused a lot on. It's exactly what you said. You know, when they walk into a room, you know, they command the room. You know, even if they're
Yeah.
understated, even if they're quiet, you're like a bit intimidated, a bit
Yeah.
fascinated, you know. And sometimes, you know, like I have a few relatives, you know, that I was always intimidated by, and was like, oh
Hmm.
shit, can't speak to them, can't speak to them. And then they would open their mouth and say something funny or sweet, and you know, and then you suddenly become like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you know, a bit taken aback. But we had to, yeah, because yeah, at home she can be whatever, but when she goes to the police station or she's on
Yeah.
duty, she has to. Um, I wanted it to be believable again,
Hmm.
not like this actor is playing a police officer.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted it to
Hmm.
be believable. We had to do a lot of work, and of course, physically, I may not look exactly like an IPS officer
Hmm.
because I mean they train their whole lives for that. You know, and given our resources and my resources, I just wanted her. That even if she's not saying anything, even if she's the junior most person in the room,
Hmm.
for her to, have this thing about her.
Yeah.
So that was important. Of course, we did a lot of scene work. We did a lot
Hmm.
of the scenes and read everything, and broke down the graphs and all of that.
Yeah.
So that was very, very helpful. And what
Hmm.
again, what you said is that it's when you read these dramatic scenes, it's very exciting because you're like, wow,
Yeah.
I get to do this and wow, I get to do that. But actually, because she's an IPS officer, it
Hmm.
has to be restrained. She can't get carried
Yeah.
away and with emotions.
Hmm.
She can't suddenly start yelling and screaming and crying,
Hmm.
and like she really has to hold it in. And
Yeah.
that was very interesting.
Yeah. You have to maintain a persona as a uniformed officer because it comes with kind of the
Yeah,
territory, as you say. And like
exactly.
there have been like some on-screen examples of police officers in our industry, be it films or web shows. Did you take any inspiration from them? Like you said, you take inspiration from real life officers. That I understood. But any kind of on-screen persona you took any inspiration from?
I mean, I've obviously seen a lot of other actors play officers before. I did not. I mean, that obviously is there in my
Mm.
subconscious
Yeah.
because I've really liked some of their performances,
Hmm.
But I did not want to be directly influenced
Yeah.
by it because I
Mm.
wanted to. I mean, not just me, Ranjan,
Mm.
Pooja, all of us,
Yeah.
collectively wanted for her to just be her own
Mm.
person. Um, because even with the 84 timeline, it had to balance
Mm.
out, that because otherwise, if you felt like it's something you've seen or it's something, we just wanted her to be her own person and have her own
Yeah.
identity.
Mm.
Also, I feel like the context is different in this
Mm.
show, the context is not the same.
Yeah.
And I really like to draw from life and things in
Mm.
life,
Yeah.
and it's not necessary actually that you see a police officer and you want to do that. Actually,
Yeah.
I, you see some other movie and you like
Mm.
some personality trait of that person, you want to
Yeah.
apply it. So sometimes it's not a
Yeah.
directly, infer.
Mm.
It's like a combination of things you see.
Yeah.
It's a combination of influences, and that's damn interesting for me.
Yeah, and as you said, like Carden finally released this year. It had to release in three languages. It did in two. The third one is still
Yeah.
waiting. Has there any update like when is Hati Mere Saathi gonna release?
I have no update as such. It was bittersweet, because
Yeah,
of course it's been perfect if they all came out together,
yeah.
but they didn't, and I really don't know what the plan is. I think even
Mm,
they can't tell themselves right now. Honestly,
yeah,
nobody can do anything right now, So who knows?
yeah. Unless you're coming on OTT, there's no kind of sign of respite to see.
Fixed date, no fixed anything.
Yeah, and like you worked with Rana and Pulkit in that film, and they have been
Yeah.
like in the industry for quite some time now. So how did the working with them, the experience, how did it help you?
Most of my things were all with Pulkit and Vishnu.
Mm,
And Rana, I would meet on Rana and Shriya both because their things were
mm,
mostly together. I would meet on set, and I
mm.
mean, again, we it was a very, very difficult shoot because we
Yeah.
shot. I think apart from I had like 2, 3 patchwork scenes later
Mm,
on in the studio, not studio, like in the jungle only, but
yeah.
not the actual rainforest. The whole entire film is shot in the rainforest,
Hmm.
and it was intense because Prabhu sir also is a like he would find some location somewhere. So from a hotel, it would be an
Hmm.
hour and a half away. Then from the
Yeah.
base, it would be another hour and a half away. So 3 घंटे
Yeah.
लगते थे to get to the location.
Okay.
Okay, so you're waking up at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, but that
Hmm.
drive, and so you're dead, you're tired, you're not, but that those drives were
Hmm.
stunning, like stunning,
Yeah.
and it was amazing because we never had any
Hmm.
reception when we were on location because it's in the
Yeah.
thick of the rainforest, with
Hmm.
stunning locations. Like my
Hmm.
God, our country is beautiful. Okay, it really is.
Yeah.
And again, it was one of those things where you don't have to become like the best of friends, but just having
Hmm.
nice co-actors and a nice
Yeah.
crew really makes such a difference to your day.
Yeah.
And Pulkit, Vishnu, and they would be together, so they got along so well, which was so
Hmm.
nice to see. Because
Yeah.
he was doing the Hindi and Vishnu was doing the Tamil Telugu part.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful for the three of us because all of us we got along really well. So you could take your space, but you could also just hang out and like have a chat and eat your meals
Yeah.
together. And it was nice to see them, like they really broke the ice for everyone on
Yeah.
set. Rana also like so down to earth,
Yeah.
so chilled out. Everyone ate together all the time.
Hmm.
Um, so it was really nice. Like it was
Yeah.
again like काम भी हो रहा है. We're
Yeah.
working. And Prabhu is very strict. Okay, so you can't even like smile and laugh. Like if your
Okay.
takes are happening, like very strict.
Uh,
But he would be like the first one to get to set and the
hmm.
last one to set. Like
Okay.
what a committed director.
Okay. And like after like Cardinal, do you feel like you want to delve more into the other languages?
For sure. I actually love all like I love so many Bengali movies,
Hmm.
Tamil, Telugu. I haven't seen too many. Malayalam I've seen
Hmm.
more,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's so beautiful. The aesthetic is
Yeah.
so pretty and like even their commercial like big movies are like wow.
Yeah.
But I would love to explore regional cinema. Anyway, it's all getting mixed now
Yeah. Now.
because of online platforms. And
Yeah.
it's been wonderful because what you would see earlier at like a film festival or eventually
Hmm.
if it came on TV or DVD or something,
Yeah.
now you can just it comes out on your laptop or computer
Hmm.
or phone or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
made it so accessible. So there's some amazing cinema, and
Yeah.
I think it's so stupid if you just confine yourself only to one industry.
Yes.
So I think everyone should mix. I really believe that,
Yeah.
and I would love to do more movies
Yeah.
like in other languages,
Yeah.
provided that they'll take me. I
Yeah.
don't know it.
Yeah. पहला requisite वही है अभी तो. And is there any reunion plans with Anurag sir on card?
I hope so. I mean, he's always working. He works.
Yeah.
The amount of films he makes and the speed at which he works is really something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I love his movies anyway. I would love to do anything with him.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you and wishing you loads and loads of
Likewise.
success for all your future endeavors and lots of success and congratulations for Grahan as well. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.